Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's Wolf here. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. So in this video I'm going to share with you exactly what I think that will happen next. Okay, and the reason this is super important because right now October has started, so which means that the quarter 4 of 2023 has started. And this basically means is that we are at the end of the boring lows. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, boring lows basically means that in the crypto cycle, the boring lows is, basically it happens like the boring lows, then bullish momentum, then the euphoria phase, then crash, and then the boring lows. And the boring lows means that, basically there's nothing much happening in crypto, and the price, ranges between price A and B. For example, on ETH, it has been ranging between 1k ETH, okay, and 2k ETH, and it ranges between that range. The best way to buy, is dollar cost averaging in, and like you can see here, you basically want to buy, any assets that you want, that you know of, that you have knowledge advantage of. I'm personally buying Web3 gaming low caps because I believe Web3 gaming will gain mass adoption in the next 6 to 18 months, and a lot of people still don't quite know it. Okay, it's kind of like a secret still. There are a lot of people who understand it, but if you look at the mass adoption, how many people are going to come to Web3 gaming, we are still very early. Okay, super early, like literally the earliest days. The thing here is that when you dollar cost average in here, you don't want to wait for the actually at the lowest price, because when it's at the lowest price, you actually don't know if it's the lowest, right? Because then you are going to be like, okay, so if it's right now low, I think that it will go lower. Okay, so you actually don't pull the trigger and actually buy. So the best method is to just logically and unemotionally just buy. For example, if you have for right now, it's 2023. I believe that the bull run is, the bullish momentum will start building up soon, because it's been way over a year. So the boring low started here in June 2022. Right now we're October 2023, so we are well past 1 year in the boring lows, and the bullish momentum comes fairly soon after that. So when that happens, you basically want to have your backs backed, and the best way to build the position is dollar cost averaging in, because when you just dollar cost averaging in, you will get fair enough price. You will get average price of, let's say here it's 1k and 2k, you would get 1.5k ETH, and that is super fair enough. That is super fair enough price. Okay, and for low caps exactly the same thing. Now the thing here with the boring lows right now is that the pattern has been, usually there has been a dip, kind of like the last dip, that's what it's called. So I think that can happen in the markets, but of course it's not set in stone. So there's a case that it doesn't happen, but if it happens, I wouldn't be surprised, and if it happens, if it doesn't happen, I wouldn't be surprised either. So right now, because I've been building positions for this whole year for low cap gaming tokens, so I'm just my positions are almost build up. I'm still adding some tokens and increasing positions. I will update pretty soon about that. But yeah, so I'm just at this moment, I'm just looking at, okay, the bullish momentum is going to start soon. And I remember back in 2020, basically 2018 and 2020, when the bullish momentum switches, it will be fast. It will be super fast, and when it switches, you wish that you would already have built the position. Yeah, that's one thing that I do remember very vividly that I had 2 years. You had back in the last bear market, there was literally way over 1 year, have almost 2 years to buy at super low prices. And a lot of people were constantly for 2 years they were waiting for lower prices, and then they missed out, and then they were forced to buy here basically at the and the bull run really started here. And yeah, so the point here is the crypto market cycle is to just not make stupid mistakes, and the best way to avoid them is to have a plan of what you're doing. For me, it's what I'm executing right now is buying, dollar cost average buying in the bear market, throughout the bear market. And the next step right now for me is just the sell, when the prices start to go up in the next bull run. So dollar cost averaged out. And a lot of people don't still know this method, so that's why I just constantly pound it, because this is the fundamental that you really want to try to execute, and you really need to execute if you want to, because it's a, even if you happen to be like, let's say that you would wait, and you would be super lucky and actually buy at the exact low, and then that happens to be the exact low, and then you make a lot of money. Well, that enforces that bad habit. Like that's not a great habit to like, because that's trading. If you look at like the statistics, I think it was like, if you take like 100 people, out of 100 people have successful day trade, and I think it was like 13 out of 100 people have successful gambling, like they win money when gambling. So gambling has like 13x better returns than day trading. So that's how bad of day trading like really is. It's not like it's just super stupid. Some people happen to make money with it, but the investors still make a lot of, like way more money. Okay, because if you look at like, and the proof is in the pudding, like if you look Forbes list, they are all pretty much investors. Like there is no gambling there. Like there is no day trader in the Forbes lists. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just like, yeah. So might as well just start investing it and playing the longer game. And usually this cycle is like 3 to 5 years long. That's it has been. So 3 to 5 years from the bottom. So which means you do need patience, and it also means that, for me, I started in 2017. It took me a couple of cycles to really like, understand how it works, and I'm still like, learning every day, every single day. I'm learning new stuff. However, the thing here that I really don't want you guys to do is, because the first cycle I was in, I didn't even know that this was the pattern. Like I didn't even know this, and the second time I knew it, but I didn't execute it well enough. Like I knew the pattern, but I didn't execute it well enough. So the mistake I like hope you guys avoid is just like, now that you know this information, take it use it in your advantage. Like the knowledge is not, like there's no point in knowledge unless you use it. Like it's just head knowledge. You need to actually use this. And I hope that you understand, like this is the fundamental. So, dollar cost averaging in, and then dollar cost averaging out. Now, and also a couple of things that I want you guys to know here is that to make big money, like I've been studying, like if you, like for example, like everybody who has made tons of money, this is what they do. I have the notes somewhere here. Here. This is what you need. So basically you need to find a trend, because all the money, if you study like the history of like how people make money, it's always like the money is somewhere. Okay, for example, like I don't know your age, but if you're like, well, let's just use like our grandfathers. They had the opportunity to buy the the stocks and all that stuff and houses. But right now, if you look at the markets, like they are very saturated markets. So the money is in that, but it's very saturated. But throughout the history, it has always like there's the money in one place, but then it like goes to next place. Okay, so there's this massive transfer of wealth. And if you understand it and if you catch the trend, you can put yourself in the middle of that and cash out big time, like big time. For example, this happened with rubber and oil, everything, anything that is basically money, which is scarce in demand resources. So basically, the more scarcity, the more valuable it becomes. It's in demand, so people need it. So with the supply, so basically it's supply and demand. And it's a resource that people can use, okay? And if you look at like blockchain technology in itself, it's scarce in demand resources, so in digital form, so it's super insane. So yeah, that's the trend here. And then you have the knowledge advantage. Now the knowledge advantage is super hard to get if you like when you are super young. Simply because excuse me, simply because you need to know a lot of stuff. The best way I have found that the knowledge advantage, excuse me, is to study like crazy. Like you have to, like Charlie Munger talks about it, to become a learning machine. And and basically studied like crazy. So I have studied the best investors of the world, I have studied the best minds in the crypto space. If you like study like Vitalik Buterin, he has a book out, and then there's like Hayden Adams, the creator of Uniswap, all these people. And then but I was super big in DeFi, but that space really started to get super complicated. Like it becomes very it's very hard to understand. And I think that back in 2021 it was super new still, and it's still new. But back in 2021 it was easier to for me I made money with it. But right now I believe like crypto gaming, that's where I have get the knowledge advantage in, simply because it's very, I have understood that like gaming, gambling, and then adult material, the first ones to make really big on new kind of like was in the internet, and then now in the next this blockchain era. So everything is going to, because they are already digital, so it's super easy for them to transition into, for them to transition, fully digital. Because it doesn't make sense, like when you have a digital game, why do you need to add fiat, like physical currency, into that freaking deal? Like it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. So it's better to be just fully digital. So that's that. And then then in that space I have like studied all the tokens and all the like projects as best as I have found, as best of like I could with the knowledge that I have. And then I have gained knowledge advantage and found the best projects in my opinion that will do extremely well. And the next thing is you need to take mega action. Okay, you need to take like super action. If you look at like Warren Buffett, he has to quote like, don't suck your thumb. So when you, for example, find something that really makes sense to you, you need to start betting big. However, we are still in the crypto space. Charlie Munger actually doesn't, like, he buys just in one sum, but he is exception to the rule in my opinion, because he's so smart, like he is like genius. Like I highly recommend you to study Charlie Munger. But the best way is still like the dollar cost averaging in, because if you look at here, these are like 50% like down. For example, here it's like if it's like, let's just use the ETH. Here it would be like 2k, and here it would be 1k. Like you lose 50% of your money here. So the best strategy is still the dollar cost averaging, because the volatility is so huge in crypto space. So dollar cost averaging is still the superior, especially like when you're low cap coins and altcoins, they can go still down a lot, so it's just better the dollar cost averaging. But you need to take a lot of action, like you really need to build bigger backs than you, because when you find something that is super good, if you don't buy like let's say that you find like you find something that is super great, but then you only buy 1% position, and the next bull run it goes like crazy, you only, let's say that it only goes to 10% of the portfolio. This could have turned into like mega wealth in the if you would, for example, would have gone like much deeper, like 10% or 30%, 40%, 50%. So so if you find something, you need to go big on it. I've been studying Warren Buffett, and he, for example, with the Geico, he is very big on insurance, because insurance is pretty much a very crazy cash flow machine if you really think about it. Now he went with Geico, and like he went on those companies, and Coca-Cola, they went heavy on them when they understood it, like when they knew the action. And so same with Apple, like as soon as they understood that Apple is a cash flow company, like crazy cash flow company, they went heavy on it. Warren Buffett has like 30% Apple. Okay, so mega action is needed. So when you find, but you can only, you don't a lot of people, when they you don't want to take mega action unless you have the right knowledge advantage and then the right trend. Okay, you need to be on the right trend, and then you need to have the right knowledge, and then when you take mega action, then it makes sense. And you need to have, at the end of the day, you need to take chances if you want to make big money. Like I've been reading the Andrew Carnegie's biography, and he took like pretty crazy chances. Okay, he just like went in. Okay, he worked and he went in, and he made so much money that he's one of the, at that time he was one of the richest. And still, I think that when you convert the dollar to these days dollars, he would still be one of the wealthiest. Okay, but anyway, so this is the market update right now. I think we are at the end of the boring lows, somewhere probably here. There, the last dip can happen here. So, but it's stupid to wait for that, because it's not like you can't buy it. Like, some people happen to be lucky, but if you happen to be lucky and buy that, it just like it enforces bad behavior, and that will bite your back at some point. But if you just like do the patient route, just dollar cost averaging in the peaks that you have knowledge and advantage about, and you know the trend, and then you just do it, and then you execute the sales, you will get the habit of like very successful investing. And yeah, so this has, so far it's been repeating 3 to 5 years. So don't miss this cycle. If you miss this cycle, there will be new cycle, because it just repeats, but you will miss out like 3 to 5 years of like compounding. I mean, so whatever you can do, just don't miss this out. Like, I wish that somebody would have just pounded back like this message to me back in 2017, and I would have taken it way more seriously. But yeah, try to take it like, make as money as you can in the next cycle. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. I'm not a financial advisor, and if you want to see my portfolio, go to wolflopez.com. Thank you so much, and peace out. Thank you.